What up YouTube, you're the Flying Spanner here. Today we have a Model Airport update for you, and once again the UK version. So this is, I filmed this a couple of weeks in advance, pretty much a couple of days after last week's update. If you can get your head around that. Just so, as I said before, going away for a month, so let's get an update going, and this is the final one to record. Well, I've got the Australian one, but this one is the last UK one. So once it's done, I can get the airport packed away. I can maybe start working on that corner bit, or I can start cracking out some customs, which I need to do. So in the update today, we have, I don't think any new arrivals. They're mainly just nice variety. I've got like one of my oldest models and versus some of the newer ones. So a good bit, and we got a new, well, I would say a new operator. I finally put in, so the schedule I always go on about, I've finally put in Ryanair. So we have a couple Ryanair aircraft. These are based aircraft, which is good. It's a Thursday at 3:15 in the afternoon. So let's crack on, and hopefully you'll enjoy. So if I go and start in the corner, I just want to, I'm just doing a flight under flight sim. I want to make sure I start descending at the right time. Right, so starting in the corner, we have, so it's a bit of a faff at the moment. We've got the Gulf Air 787-9. This aircraft arrived in early, and there's quite a big, since I've been going around the schedule, I've kind of made the times a bit tighter. So the Gulf Air is just on like the waiting area. Engine's still running, everything. It's not parked up. It's been waiting there for 10 minutes or so. Hopefully once the LL is pushed out the way, it will then move up and go into that down there. I could have put on a long taxi, but there's other bits that are kind of awaiting push, so it's kind of better off having the Gulf Air there. So we have that Gulf Air, which is arriving in from Bahrain. We have the first Ryanair. This aircraft arrived in from Lanzarote and is departing out to Fuerteventura. So that's quite a long day for, no, sorry, it's the wrong one. This aircraft arrived in from KIR. I wrote this down the schedule. I was like, I need to research where this is where this airport is. I didn't research. KAR to Porto. Next up, we've got the Jet2 737-800. This aircraft ready for push. Once again, once the Ryanair is passed, that will then push, kind of pointing that way. Runway 23 is in use, so that one will go around there. Of course, Ryanair will come round. This aircraft arrived in from Dubrovnik and is heading out to Larnaca. Next up, we've got the Ryanair 737-800. This aircraft's final stages of boarding. They'll be pushing after the Jet2. This is the aircraft that came in from Lanzarote and is departing to Fuerteventura. Next up, we've got the LATAM 777-300. It's been a while since I've used this model, if I've ever used it in an update. So this is, I think it was usually like a free weekly. They've kind of just done it on the odd day a week. So this aircraft operates São Paulo. Brazil's still on the red list, so there's not really too much traffic on it. It's mainly cargo purposes for that later. Just putting stand free, we got the Turkish Airway 787. I was going to have this landing, but I can't find the stand as per usual. So this aircraft arrived in from Istanbul, and once again that's red listed. So there's a few there's not that many passengers, but there's quite a lot of cargo in the belly. Stand 4 is empty. Stand 5, we have the Kenyan 787-8. This aircraft just arrived in from Nairobi, and we'll be heading back out there. Stand 6, waiting for the Ryanair. Then we've got our short hauls. So we've got the wonderful Jet2 757-200. This aircraft just arrived in from Thessaloniki, and we'll be heading out to Dalaman afterwards. Once again, I don't think Jets are actually flying to Dalaman, but I've put it in the schedule anyway because Turkey wasn't listed at the time. So Jet2 have just placed an order for, I think, 36 A321 Neos. I think they're going to be a direct replacement for the 75, unfortunately, because I love the 75. But they'll be a nice addition, and it's quite weird why Jet2 went for 321 Neos when they've got such a big 737 fleet and didn't go for a MAX. Who knows, a Jet2 going all Airbus. So, let me just double check. I'm not descending. No. So, we next to that we've got the Easyjet A320 Neo. It's my custom one. So this aircraft is. Oh yeah, I'm distracted. Trying to get nice descending view. That will do. Right, sorry. So the 320 Neo. This aircraft arrived in from Gibraltar and is heading out to Malaga. So I think in the last update I said, oh yeah, Easyjet have a base at Malaga. I was wrong. It turns out Ryanair have the Malaga base, and Ryanair, going through the schedule for Manchester when Ryanair's land, they do slot in perfectly with when I've got quite a lot of like slow time, or there's loads of narrow body gates. Ryanair's fitting perfectly, which is ideal really. They're quite a good addition. I never had a Ryanair based here before, so I used to just have the Dublin flight, but now there's quite a few Ryanairs popping up in the schedule. Right, next to that we've got the Aer Lingus A320. This is just the normal CO, and has just begun boarding, and they'll be heading out to Dublin. I'm debating adding services to the Aer Lingus flights, so like Cork, Shannon. I'm thinking about adding them just to keep them going, just to fill in some short haul gaps, but we'll see what happens with that one. So on the final five, first off, just started boarding. We've got the 2E 737 MAX. This aircraft is operating, well, it arrived in from Faro earlier in the day, and we'll be heading out to Heraklion. Next to that, we've got an American 777-300. This aircraft is operating Los Angeles. Once again, in last week's update, I said I've added a few American routes. This is one of them, so this one's down on the ground for a good few hours. It heads out about, 5-ish. So it's on the ground from, say, 2-ish till 5-ish, so it's a fair while. It's good to have the Americans. I'm a massive fan of the American livery. Well, the new one especially. I like the old one, but the new one's even better. That was quite controversial when it first came out. Everyone was like, ugh, it's horrible. I quite liked it. Right, next up we have the Japan Airlines A787-8. This aircraft's operating to Tokyo Haneda, and this is a new time. So this used to come in the morning. This is now on an afternoon slot, so it comes in about 10 to 3 and heads off, I believe, about 5:30-ish, around that time. But yeah, that's quite nice. That's also filled in a long haul gap. We've got quite a few long haul gaps that pop up. I'm beginning to start gradually filling them. So, final couple models. So as we saw earlier, just finishing push, and we'll be heading, taxi to the end of the runway. We've got the LL 787-9. You may have noticed you've seen an LL78 in quite a few updates now. So once again, this was another one which was kind of every other day. It's now pretty much, I think it is daily to Tel Aviv. That could change, see how the schedule works, but overall it's quite nice to have them on there. Massive fan. And it's quite a Boeing 787-777 orientated update this week. There's in fact only 2 Airbuses on the board, the rest are Boeing. So no like priorities with the other one. It's just how the schedule works at the time. Final model, we have the Emirates 777-300, just a 300. I don't think it's a EILR or anything. This aircraft's operating to Dubai, and this is probably one of my oldest models. This was a 2000 GeminiJets release. It's that early. 777 even has the old stabilizers, which kind of the underbelly of the fuse went up to. They're not the kind of flush type. But yeah, I do need to get a new Emirates 777. So if anyone's selling or is thinking of selling their Emirates 777, feel free to send me a message either on YouTube or my Instagram, which is _flying. Oh, power's just cut. Why's it done that? That's annoying. Power cut? Or is... Oh, come on now. Oh well, that's annoying. I was just about to hit descent. Oh well. Yeah, that's an old model, so if you are thinking of selling it, hit the link up in the description for my Instagrams, or send me a message on YouTube, whichever role. But yeah, that pretty much sums up the update. It's always nice. Oh, it's so annoying. I really hope I shall have an auto save for that flight, so it's all good. You will maybe see the end. You'll maybe see it. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it and have a very good weekend. I'll see you in the next one. Adios and goodbye.